Hi YouTube, back again to show you some more coins I've added to my collection. I'm going to start here with some coins that I haven't printed off the labels for yet, but I'm going to be doing that soon, and I'm hoping to send off a couple of these to NGC very soon. So I'm going to start with this one. This one's a Denarius of Medius Pius Scipio. He was one of the combatants against Julius Caesar. He joined the Pompeians in Greece and then fled to North Africa. And that was pretty much the final battle of the Civil War. On the back is an African elephant. This is a silver denarius, by the way. And it's imp on the top for imperator, so a general. Like, they put the North African elephant because he was descendant of the famous Scipio Africanus, you know, who fought in the Second Punic Wars. So I'm planning on sending that one to NGC. Next one, this one's from Harlan J. Burke, limited. Got it for really cheap because it's in really poor condition. But it's really cool. I mean, the front is basically just corroded. You can't even see the face. I think it's Antoninus Pius. But on the back is, I believe, yeah, it's Isis. And she's holding, like, a sail. And like right here in the corner, if you can tell, like there is the famous Alexandria Lighthouse in Egypt. And that was up for about 1,500 years. So it's really cool. This is a major part of construction. It's like larger than lighthouses that we have in North America today. It's pretty fascinating they were able to construct such a monumental building. And to see that on coins for something that doesn't even exist anymore because it like fell during an earthquake. That's really neat. Next one is Galerius. He's just a emperor of the Tetrarchy. It's just a plain Antoninus. I just got it because I'm trying to complete my emperor collection. So there's some nice patina that he's receiving. Victory on a globe by Jupiter. That's common for the back for these coins. And a radiant bust. Here's Macrinus. I'm sending this one off to NGC as well. It's got a very nice strike image. It's a silver denarius. It's very fragile. I think it has some crystallization on it. So a very nice strike. Uneven planchet. Fetus holding 2 standards and then 2 right behind her as well. So he reigned only for about I believe it was like 14 months. A little over a year, so it's very neat to have this coin. This one is actually a lot rarer. I mean, I don't usually collect Byzantine coins, but they're also claimed to be, you know, the last descendants of the Roman Empire. This one is of John VIII Palaeologus. He was the second to last emperor of the Byzantines before it fell to the Ottomans. So it's a half heparon, or I believe it's a starvidon. I believe that's what they call them as well. So pretty simple and kind of crude bust. By this time, the only territory they actually had for the Byzantine Empire was actually just outside the cities of Constantinople. So they didn't really mint that many coins because they didn't have the silver reserves to mint so many. So on the back is Christ, I believe, holding the Book of Gospels. The first letters of his name, XP in Greek. And the front is John VIII Palaeologus. I believe it was his nephew that succeeded him, Constantine the 11th, the last emperor of the Byzantines. It's a pretty heavy coin. I mean, it's really neat. And it's got silver oxidization. I'm planning on sending it off to NGC as well. So, I mean, I call it a ancient coin because of the fact there's hardly any change in the way they are minted from the Roman times to the Byzantine times. Even though this is right middle, just before the Renaissance, I still call it an ancient coin. I believe NGC does that as well. Next one is Aurelian and Baltus. Balthus was the son of the Queen Zenobia. So he was technically the king of kings of the Palmyrean Empire. So they minted coins of him. His mother is the one that really held the power, but she's kind of rare to get as a coin. But similar to the Antoninus coins is like struck in Antioch. This one's minted in Alexandria because the Palmyreans eventually took over Egypt. So then this one was minted in Alexandria. So the Greek letters of the legitimate emperor Aurelian. On the back is Baltus, putting himself on a coin, identifying himself as the King of Kings, which is a traditional title. So, like recognizing Aurelian as the emperor and being like a vassal for at least some time. So that was minted in year 1 and 4, so 270 to 271. And that's a tetradrachm. Supposed to be silver, but they eventually put billion, which is a mix of silver and other base metals, and then eventually they just became copper. This one's like fragile. It's got a lot of it's really beat up, and it's got crystallization in it based on the surface area and everything. So this is a Constantius Chlorus, which is Constantius the First, the father of Constantine. This is a Argentus, which is a similar coin to the Denarius. This was like a reformed coin by Diocletian to have a pure silver coin. But they only minted him for like 10 years because they just kept hoarding the silver. So this is 295 to 297. This is minted in Nicomedia, which is in Asia Minor. This is during the Tetrarchic period, so Diocletian and Maximian and others were rulers in the West as well. So he was a Caesar under Maximian. So on the back is, I don't know if you can tell, I think you can look it up, like online. These are the 4 tetrarchs, like Maximian, Galerius, Diocletian, and Constantius Chlorus, all sacrificing at a pod altar behind a camp gate, which is really neat. So it shows the unity of the tetrarchs. The rule of 4. And the last one is Alexius Komnenos. I believe it's a billion trichard, which is, I can't pronounce right anyway, Esperon Tetrarchy. It's a minimum base silver coin. It's a cup coin, so like the way they minted them was that it makes them like have kind of like a dome appearance, like they're not flat, that kind of cone shaped. So I thought it was really neat to have one of those. I have a copper one of them, but the silver ones I like as well. So that's for that. Please subscribe and comment, and I'll see you next time.